So now that you've been able to log in or create an Azure portal account, let's talk about something that affects pretty much everyone when they're first learning Azure for the first time. We do want to avoid any unexpected or surprise costs. Now, if you have an Azure free account, then you don't really have anything to worry about because Azure's giving you some free credits, and then at the end of the free credits, the resources will be shut down and you have to make a choice to go into a pay-as-you-go plan. Otherwise, you can't continue to use Azure. Now, after the 30 days and you make the choice, you will have a pay-as-you-go plan pretty much. How do you know? Now, we're logged into the portal and we're in the home screen. You can see the home screen is underneath this hamburger menu here. And I'm going to click on subscriptions. And we can see the subscription name. The default is pay-as-you-go, but you can rename that to something that's more useful if you've got multiple accounts. Again, if it says free, then you don't have anything to worry about here. But if it says pay-as-you-go, let's continue on. Now you can see that I've already incurred 28 cents of costs this month. And that's not very much, obviously, but it is more than zero. And we'd have to figure out what's the 28 cents, where's it coming from? Do we need to delete it or what? Now, if we go into the subscription by clicking it, we can see that in the month of October and November, I accumulated $68 in costs. And I can almost guarantee you that what happened here was that I created some resources and then I forgot about it and I came back a couple days later and realized they were still running. This is so common. It happens to pretty much almost everyone who's got a pay-as-you-go plan. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create a budget. So on the left side of the screen, there's under cost management, it says budgets. Now, by default, I don't have any budgets. What we're going to want to do is create our first budget. So we're going to say add. Now we can say what the scope is of this budget. Now we do want this first budget to affect our entire subscription. And so the default being the subscription is fine. But if we want to limit the budget scope to only a particular resource group or a particular resource even, we can then navigate down into this resource group and I can say this resource group here, I want to put the budget on there. But again, I'm pretty happy with the subscription level budget right now. We have to give it a name, so call this new budget. And the name cannot contain spaces. Now, at what period do we want the budget to affect? Maybe just the billing month or the calendar month or the quarter, etc. So billing month is just fine. Budgets expire, and so this budget's going to run for another 2 years. Let's leave it like that. Now, it does look back upon my history and make a suggestion in terms of what would be a good budget. In this case, it's suggesting $8. Now, that's probably a little bit low, but let's say I really do want to be notified when the spending hits 20. That would be like a significant number for me. So I'm going to put in a number in there. Now, you might want this to say 1, right? The budget could very well be anytime there's a cost you want to be notified. In this case, I'll let it go up to, $20. Now, it's important to keep in mind what's going to happen when this budget is hit. Well, it's not going to be necessarily what you expect. The budget doesn't stop running once it reaches the budget limit. It actually just alerts you. So we can say, give it a condition that says when 100% of the budget has been spent, which in my case is $20, I can just have it alert me by email. So I can enter my email address here and it will actually just send me an email when this budget is hit and I can say create. And so now at least I get notifications when the budget hits $20 every month. This is very important to set up because I believe it's happened to almost everybody who's worked with Azure where you accidentally start up a resource and you forget about it and suddenly 2 days later $100 has been spent.